Okay, so the keyboard is pretty cool. We already know about this famous button here in the upper right corner right next to the fingerprint sticker. That's your power button, as well as the um, fingerprint scanner. This portion right here is what we call the numpad. It's so close to the standard keyboard, which happens to be on, typewriters and word processor devices, and obviously other laptops and keyboards for computers are standalone desktop computers. But again, that section is called the numpad. Now, in order to use this numpad, you have to do something very interesting. You actually have to deliberately tap that key right there. This one right here. Not numlock, this key. That enables this whole thing to turn on. Excuse me. My apologies. Actually, you do need the num lock. And then that button there is actually to open up the calculator app, I just realized. Because it's sitting right here on the Windows screen. Right here. And if you grab the title bar with your fingertip, or use a mouse cursor, here's a mouse, and grab that. That's the title bar. You can move it around. So not sure how much exposure you have to Microsoft Windows, but this is some cool stuff. This is to minimize it, so it disappears, but it's still running. That's being minimized because it's down there. Click on it. Boop. Shows back up. This is maximize it, which should hopefully take up the entire screen. Whoa. Might be helpful to Phoenix if he's doing some math and needs your help. And then this one, the X, is for close. Again, I don't know how much you know about computers. I'm just covering all the basics just to make sure that you have what you need, because I don't want you to be overwhelmed. But again, I don't think you're an idiot. I just want to make sure you have what you need so that we don't have any lack of understanding, because this is going to be a powerful tool for you no matter what you're going to do with it. Do your own research, do your own studies, going to college for yourself, helping Phoenix with his homework, whatever it may be. I want this to be something you enjoy to use. I don't want you to be addicted to it. But I think this is going to be great for you. Right. More to say. Okay. So, about the keyboard, more importantly, we have this top row of keys on the keyboard. Okay. And if you notice, there's the ESC key we talked about earlier. And then the keys here that look like a speaker. By the way, that's supposed to look like a speaker right there. That little symbol. That's a speaker with an X, which means mute the audio. So if we were playing music and we tapped on this physical key, you'll see this. Whoops. That's on. Whoops. That's muted, even though you see the blue line. And you see how the X is not listed anymore? That means audio would be running. The next one is to lower the volume. See how that's going down, 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 decreasing? And then we actually hit mute. So you can either turn the volume all the way down to the point of being 0, which is muted, or down quite a bit, but still not muted 100%. Then you use this key to raise the volume. See the blue line and the numerical value? That numerical value is just referring to the percentage of the audio power that can possibly generate loudness. Now, I don't really mess around with this play pause key, but it's probably useful. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up a browser. And this is my logon onto your laptop, so it's under my profile. But what I'm going to do is go to YouTube real quick, because it's easy to get an audio source and video source and show that, a video is playing and therefore audio should be coming up. Oh, ironic. This is a video I actually have watched, and it's helped me build stuff for my professional career. Let's do this. What can we do? How about this? Disclosure Day. Tracy, I want to see this movie, so we're going to play it. And I'm going to click on this one. generate some audio.
You want to file free? Hit it.
That's too loud in case he's sleeping, so I'm going to tap on this key. 20% of the entire audio. See how I'm turning it down? Let me turn it back up again. Okay, so that commercial ended. Let's play the actual video.
What did you steal?
I'm going to mute this
Secrets.
so that we can make the audio not run anymore. So we tap this key. And see how the X is in front of the speaker? The video is still playing, but there's no audio. So this is your proof of how this works. To turn the audio back on, you can either tap the lower, the speaker symbol for reducing audio, or you can tap this one to turn it back up.
Let's take a look.
Audio's back on. Let's check out what this key does. This is the pause or whatever. Tapping that key actually froze the video completely. So that's a neat feature. I don't have that on my laptop and I don't use it. I would just simply come over here and just simply click in the middle of the screen to cause it to pause. Want that to continue to play? Let's go ahead and just tap that key. And look, turn it back on. All right, now the next thing is going to be to show you these other keys. This one that's got the F5 in the bottom right corner, and by the way, those F5, 4, 6 are very important keys to you, but not all the time. But that key right there is for the backlighting and the brightness. So if I tap it once, it turns it all off. If I tap it once more, it turns it up just a little bit. If I tap it one more time, a little bit brighter. I'm not sure if you could tell the sensitivity of the brightness. So one more time. A little bit bright, super bright. Can you tell the difference? Hopefully it's helpful. Now, these two keys that look like suns with brightness are for the brightness of the screen. So what I'm going to do is tap this one, and you can actually turn down the brightness considerably. And that's the lowest of the brightness you can get. Tap it some more on this one, and see how it got much brighter? I'm lowering it, and I'm raising it. You can tell even that with a cell phone here. All right, now this key here with two monitors, what that's about is if you had this laptop connected to an actual physical monitor with this HDMI port on the side that I told you about, this one right here, then you could have one thing on this screen, but from the laptop, more data showing up on a separate screen, like a TV sitting like right here or whatever. And that button would control how you're doing that part. The key that's marked with F9 in the bottom right corner, it has no significance. The print screen can be useful to you, but it's really an antiquated technology key, and it's actually still useful sometimes. Home key, very important for use with Microsoft and other operating systems. The N key, also important. Home will let you jump to the beginning of a line of text, and will let you jump to the last character part of that line. Insert and delete, well, you can figure out what those do, right? And see what else. Backspace, your typical, you got a bunch of text and you're at the right end, meaning the far right of the screen of where the text line is lined up. And then you hit the backspace to delete over it. And then you got your, standard keys with basically what looks like a typical keyboard of any computer or laptop. Okay, you got the Alt key over here, Alt key over here, and remember I mentioned this key. This is the Windows Start key button. It can be used for some cool tricks. For example, if I hit this key and the letter E, I can make this window appear. So if I close it, and I tap on this key and the letter E again, voila, it shows up again. You can also get other windows that pop up that might be something you probably wouldn't use too much. Windows R pulls up this run screen. You really don't have a need for this very often. Once you get into intermediate level of using Microsoft Windows, it might become more useful to you. Okay, what else we got? Oh yeah, let's get back to the actual F keys. Now these keys are useful when you reboot your computer or when you're using applications that can make use of these things. For example, the F4 key is typically used to close applications like this window. So if I had this window open and I had another window open and I put my cursor on here to click on it, take my finger and tap on it to make it like the active window, so to speak, and then I go over to my keyboard and hit the Alt and then the F4, it made that window disappear just like it does on any version of Microsoft Windows since 1995, believe it or not. So yeah, 31 years of Microsoft Windows, that combination. You hold down this key and then you tap that key and then you let them both go and that window is gone, and voila, you can move on to your next task. All right, let me try something else here. I'm going to open up two windows. Okay, and a pretty cool thing you can do is use this Windows key, not the Alt, but the Windows key and the Tab key, and you can switch tab. See that? Right now it's got the original browser we were just looking at, and in the background I have Google Chrome running. If I do that again, Windows tab. Oh, this is not working precisely the same way as expected. That's interesting. But it brings up basically both windows, and you could use your mouse cursor to click on the other one and bring it to the foreground. This is in the foreground, this is in the background. All right, I think that's enough videos. My back's starting to hurt, and I'm getting a little tired, and my nose is starting to get clogged, so time to end the video. Have a good day.